Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I just want to thank all of you lovely new subscribers for subscribing. I am so excited about what this channel could be and what I'm going to be posting in the future. I have so many fun video ideas. I just can't wait to put them all out. For today's video, I have so many questions asking me about the medication that I take for my rare disease. I have a rare neuromuscular disease called spinal muscular atrophy type 2. Within the past couple of years, several treatments have been FDA approved to treat my disease, and some of them are amongst the most expensive drugs in the entire world. The gene therapy for SMA is $2.1 million. You heard that right.
2.1 million.
Wild. Like, my disease has one of the most expensive drugs on the market right now. I have taken 2 of the drugs over the past, I would say, like 5 years. Right now I'm on Evrysdi, which is an oral medication that I take every day. It has made me feel like so strong, so freaking amazing. I had to stop taking it when I found out I was pregnant, and I was taking Evrysdi before I was pregnant for probably, I don't know, like a few months, and then I got pregnant unexpectedly. What I was told is that your neurologist is supposed to tell you, in order to be on this treatment, you need to be actively taking birth control. I wasn't at the time, and I was never told, like, hey, to be on this medication, you need to be on birth control. And obviously, I take responsibility, like, I wasn't having safe sex, and I got pregnant, and I was on this Class X medication that you are not supposed to be on when you are pregnant, because it's like you don't know how it's going to affect the baby. I found out I was pregnant when I was about 6 weeks pregnant, and the moment I found out, I stopped taking the medication. But that was one of the things, we had no idea how this medication was going to affect the baby. Once I came to Chicago from Florida to get medical care for this super high-risk pregnancy I was about to go through, they had no idea how me being on Evrysdi for 6 weeks was going to potentially affect the baby. So that was one of our biggest concerns with taking the medication. But the moment I found out I was pregnant, stopped taking the medication, so I was off it for about my whole pregnancy, which was 7 months. During my pregnancy, I was so fatigued, I could barely, like, right now you could see I'm moving my arms. This is like my really disabled arm and my hand, and I couldn't even, like, put my hand on my joystick to drive my wheelchair. That is how fatigued I was. I don't know if that was from not being on the medication and also being pregnant, or if that was just pregnancy fatigue. Being off the medication, whatever, if it was from the pregnancy and the meds, not being on them anymore, I got so weak, the weakest I've ever been in my entire life. It was hard to eat, swallow. I had to get a suction machine which suctions the spit secretions out of your mouth if you were unable to swallow your spit secretions. And I could barely swallow my own spit, let alone food.
I don't know how I did it.
I don't know how I survived that pregnancy with the fatigue I had and the morning sickness and not being on the medication for that long. It was one of the hardest things I've ever done in my entire life. A lot of people ask me, Alex, would you get pregnant again? And the answer is, I don't know. I have no plans to get pregnant again. I told everyone in my life, hey, I'm never going to get pregnant because this is going to, like, be way too challenging for an SMAer to give birth. So I was like, if I happen to have an oopsie, that I would terminate the pregnancy. And that is what I told everyone. Then when it happened to me, things change. You think you know what you want to do, but in that moment when I found out I was pregnant, there was no doubt in my mind that I was going to do everything I could to have this baby. And it was this weird out-of-body experience where I just knew that I could do it. Right from the moment I saw those 2 lines on the pregnancy test, I was like, you're gonna do this, Alex? I had a weird sense of peace that everything was gonna be okay. I actually have some footage that has never been seen before of them actually birthing Ari when I'm in the operating room. It was filmed by a camera crew, and I have that footage, and that is going to be in the next video. After I had Ari at 34 weeks, I had to wait a little bit to get back on treatment. So I had to go through the process of getting prescribed again and all that fun stuff. I started healing from my C-section. I started to feel a lot stronger, and I felt like I can move again, I can like eat again, and I think a lot of it was how I had to be positioned in my wheelchair. For a ton of my stability with the one arm that I use for everything, I have to have it kind of propped up on my knee. And because my pregnant belly was so big, I couldn't really sit forward and put my arm right here. So that was definitely hard because I needed help essentially doing everything. Just by virtue of my belly going down, I already had so much more mobility back, not even being on the treatment just yet. And obviously I had just had a super intense surgery. I definitely started feeling better after I gave birth. When I started back on Evrysdi, I felt better, but I guess I was expecting it to hit me a little bit harder, like, boom, oh my god, I feel freaking amazing again. And it really didn't happen like that for me. It was very gradual. I started feeling better, stronger. I'm able to kind of do all the things I used to be able to do. My own makeup. I can pick up heavier glasses. Ari is gonna be 8 months old on the 6th, which is, I cannot believe. And the fact that I'm able to go through 7 months of to give birth to this beautiful child and essentially feel like I'm living in a daydream. Like, did that even happen? I look at her and I'm like, that happened. I did that. And all the days where I felt like complete garbage are over, and they were so incredibly worth it. My mobility is amazing. I feel amazing. My voice feels good. My neck feels stronger. I'm able to eat like last night I had just a cheeseburger, and typically cheeseburgers or any meats are very difficult for me to swallow. For me to be able to swallow food, it has to be like very chewed. Like, I have to chew it for a while for me to be able to swallow it with my throat muscles. Because they're weak, I need the food very, 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 like, I can't swallow big chunks like able-bodied people. But when I'm on treatment, I am able to swallow like decent-sized chunks of food. So I had a cheeseburger last night, and you know, I'm just so thankful that I am able to receive this treatment. Being on treatment makes me just feel so much more energized, and I can talk to you guys like this for, I've been talking straight for 13 minutes and I don't feel fatigued. So it's just amazing being back on treatment. I know a lot of you guys have asked about that, so that's why I wanted to make this video. Also, one thing I freaking hate about living in Florida is the bugs and the mosquitoes. They love me. No one else here in this house gets bites. I have bites everywhere, all over my feet. And I can't reach my feet. I'm like, why? Why are there so many mosquitoes and why did they like me? They call this SMA medication. That's work juice, but it's actually called Evrysdi. And this is the box it comes in. So I believe this doesn't have my address on it. No, it doesn't. This is liquid gold, and this is what it looks like. And I'm going to show you guys the bottle. So inside here comes a syringe and then one bottle of medication. This is what the bottle of medication looks like. I take, you can see on here, 6.6 mLs every single day. And you basically just keep this little bottle in the fridge. Recently, they just came out with that you don't have to refrigerate this for up to 5 days, which is super convenient for traveling. I would take it right now, but you have to take it at a very specific time every day, within 2 hours of the day before. So I normally take it around 1:30, 2 p.m. This is what the syringe looks like. You just drop the 6.6 right in the syringe, and that's it. Let me know in the comments any questions you have. I will see you in the next video, which is going to be a very exciting one. See you guys.